Okay. All right. So y'all have everything you need: the newspaper, a pencil, and your friction and gravity and magnets worksheet.
Stapled it to our newspaper.
What was that, Brooklyn?
We stapled it to our newspaper.
I know, but some people like to separate the materials, even though I stapled them. So I was just making sure everybody has it. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into our newspaper. Can you tell me what it says as the title of our newspaper?
Forces.
Forces. Very good. All right, so let's read this front page. Follow along in your head as I read out loud, okay? Forces are all around us. Without forces, things would not move. There are many different kinds of forces. You know that pushing and pulling are forces. Remember, we talked about that last time with science, pushing and pulling. Wind is a pushing force. Wind fills the sail of a boat and pushes it through the water. Like whenever you're watching a movie or a TV show, or if you're at the beach and you see a boat with a large sail on it, or like the old pirate ships, they had those large sails. The white fabric is what it typically looks like. That's called a sail, and the wind pushes against that to make it go in a certain direction. So let's keep reading. Wind pushes your kite when you fly it. In a tornado or hurricane, the wind is strong enough to push big things like cars and even houses. Can you think of any pulling forces? Can you think of things that pull on other objects?
That pull on other objects.
That's a hard one.
Or can you think of any times where you maybe pull? Yes, Emery?
Magnets.
Magnets. Describe why you say magnets. Explain why you say magnets.
Because magnets pull other magnets like metal.
Okay, like whenever they're going backwards, they're pulling each other.
Yes.
Okay, that's a good answer. What about whenever you're pulling on something? When do you think that would be? Brooklyn?
When you're doing a TikTok.
I'm not super familiar with TikTok, so explain to me why you say that.
Because there's a TikTok where you pull somebody and somebody pulls you.
Okay, all right. Emery, do you have one?
I have a human one.
A what?
I have a human and an animal one.
Okay. Just explain to me one of them.
So when I was playing with my auntie's dog, I had to pull them. I had to pull them because we were playing a game.
Okay. You pulled on the dog. Okay. All right, let's open up our newspaper to this next page and let's continue on reading. Okay, you should be looking at the page with the boy on the bike. So I'm reading right here at the top in the blue area. People use forces all the time. When you kick a ball, you are pushing a force. When you pick up your backpack, you are using a pulling force. If you play the violin, you push and pull the bow across the strings, and the strings vibrate and make sounds. So I've got my little stick, my little finger person right here, And let's say he's kicking a ball. His legs are going like that. He's pushing that ball to a certain direction using his foot. Boop. Like every time y'all play kickball or soccer. And then what else do we have? The backpack. The backpack. Whenever you're picking up your backpack, you're pulling it and onto yourself. And then whenever you're playing the violin, I have here my violin, my air violin. The bow goes across from side to side. It's pushing and pulling those strings. All right, let's read right here in this top green section. Magnets are special kinds of metal that attract some other metals. Magnets are all around us. They are in telephones, computers, and hair dryers. They hold notes on refrigerators and keep cabinet doors closed. Keep reading right below in the green section. You can use a magnet to move something without touching it. Drop a paper clip in a glass of water, hold a magnet on the side of the glass, and move it up and down. The paper clip moves too. It's not magic, it's science. So let's look here in this white section underneath the bicycle picture. So now we're going to read something about called friction. So friction is a force. Think about riding a bicycle. Raise your hand if you've ever ridden a bicycle. Okay, so think about riding a bicycle. As you are riding, the air around you and the bicycle causes friction. If you stop pedaling, friction makes the bicycle slow down and then stop. Friction makes the brakes on your bicycle work too. The brakes press against the rim and the friction makes you stop. So friction, put your hands together. Put your hands together. And try pressing them together and pulling at the same time. Do you feel that that pressure, how it's a little hard, it's not super smooth, it's just you have to kind of force it. That's friction. Or whenever you're let's think of a table. Think of whenever the tables in the classroom get a little crooked by the end of the day and I'm pushing them or pulling them to move them around back into place. And sometimes you hear that rubbing sound, that sound. It's that friction rubbing against each other. Okay. Can y'all see me? Brooklyn, can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Emery, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, y'all just got super quiet. I was thinking maybe my mic went out.
No, it's just kind of hard to see what you're doing because your computer keeps on buffering.
Oh, it is? I didn't even realize that.
And on the phone where I'm on, you keep on freezing.
Oh, I didn't know that. I'm so sorry. Okay, well, let's try that again with the friction. So put your hands together. Can y'all see that? Okay. Now press them and then pull one hand up and pull one hand down. Do you kind of feel that pressure, that friction when sliding your hands together like that? Hello?
Yes.
Yes, okay. All right. That's what I was trying to show you. So let's keep reading, okay? We're right here in the orange section.
Mhm.
All matter has gravity. Gravity makes all objects pull toward each other. The moon orbits the earth. Remember, the moon goes around the earth, like when we were learning about space? So the moon orbits the earth. Because the moon and the earth pull toward each other, the earth's pull is stronger because the earth has more mass. Mass is the amount of matter in an object. Remember, the earth is heavier than the moon. It has a larger mass, so it's going to have a stronger gravity pull. Let's read what it has here below. So, why doesn't your chair move toward your desk on its own? The chair and desk don't have enough mass. They have gravity, but it's not strong enough to make them move across the floor. So it's extremely large objects like a planet or well, not really moons so much because they're always smaller than planets, but planets are pretty large, some larger than others, and they all have that gravity pull because they have so much mass. They just pull other objects into towards them. Let's see what it has here for look and learn. When you go down a slide, the movement between your body and the slide causes friction. So think of all the times on the playground when y'all gone down the slide and your body is moving against the slide. It's causing friction. What's it causing?
Friction.
Friction. The friction slows you down. The more friction there is, the slower you go. And then down here right below, we have when you go down a water slide, you go faster than you do on a playground slide. Raise your hand if you've ever gone down a water slide. Okay.
The big one.
There is less friction because of the water. The less friction there is, the faster you go. All right. So let's close up our newspapers and get into our little worksheet. If you don't already have your name and date at the top, go ahead and do that now. Emery, do you have a question?
Oh, and I've already did it.
That's all right. You can still go over it with us. Okay. Brooklyn, you ready?
Yeah?
Are you ready?
Oh no, ma'am, I had to go straight my pencil, it broke.
Okay, we'll give you a second. All right, let's just give her a minute.
Oh.
Okay, ready now?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Who would like to read the directions on the worksheet? Brooklyn, go ahead.
Read the sentence. If the sentence tells about fractions, write
Friction.
an line. If the sentence tells about gravity, write a G on the line. If the sentence tells about magnets, write a M on the line.
Okay, so read the sentences. If the sentence tells about friction, say that word, friction. Friction. Write an F on the line. If the sentence tells about gravity, write a G on the line. If the sentence tells about magnets, write an M on the line. So let's look at number 1. Emery, can you read me the sentence for number 1?
Which page are you on?
I'm on the page with the friction and gravity and magnets. The one with all the lines.
Oh.
Can you read me the first sentence?
It says, you use this to hold notes on your refrigerator.
All right, so you use this to hold notes on your refrigerator. Brooklyn, do you know if it would be M, F, or G?
M.
M for magnets. Very good. So on the line, put M. Brooklyn, can you read me the second sentence?
You use a stop your bicycle.
You use your brakes to stop your bicycle. All right. Would that be magnet, friction, or gravity? You use brakes to stop your bicycle. Brooklyn, are you raising your hand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Go ahead and give me the answer.
It'll be a friction.
F, friction. Good. Go ahead and put that on your line. Emery, can you read me the third sentence?
The moon orbits the earth.
Good. The moon orbits the earth. Would that be magnets, friction, or gravity, Emery?
Gravity.
Very good. Gravity. Put a G. Brooklyn, can you read me the sentence for number 4?
You use this to get a paper clip you dropped.
You use this to get a paper clip you dropped. What would that be? A magnet, gravity, or friction? Brooklyn?
A magnet.
Magnet. Very good. Put M.
Oh, it's easy.
Emery, can you read me the 5th sentence?
If you feel this if you rub your hands together quickly.
You feel this if you rub your hands together quickly. Do you think that's going to be magnets, friction, or gravity? Tell me the answer, somebody.
Friction.
Friction. Just go ahead and tell me if you know the answer. Friction. So put F. All right. Brooklyn, can you read me the sentence for number 6?
A computer has this inside of it.
A computer has this inside of it. Who remembers? Was that a magnet, friction, or gravity?
A magnet.
A magnet. Just put M on the line. Very good. Brooklyn, do you have a question?
Mm-hmm.
What's up?
I still don't get it because yesterday when I filled out one of them, I thought, and I didn't know, and I did that one. I tried to go stick a magnet to my computer, it wouldn't work.
Well, it's not exactly the same as how you would be with a whiteboard or a refrigerator. Like there's a magnet in there, but it's not working in that same exact sense.
Oh.
Yeah, because I could put a magnet, I could try putting a magnet right here on my computer and nothing's gonna stick. It's typically something smaller and it's in a different place, I assume. I'm not really a computer designer, but
So
I assume it's going to be a little bit smaller and somewhere. What was that, Emery?
So is there not a magnet up in there?
Say that one more time.
So is there not a magnet up in there?
There is a magnet in the computer. It's just placed in a different section. I don't really know where it would be placed in. I don't build computers.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to ask my sister.
Okay. Who read the last sentence? Who
Me.
read number 6? Okay, so Emery, read us number 7, please.
This is how you stay in your chair.
This is how you
Ooh.
stay in your chair. Do you think it's going to be a magnet that's helping you stay in your chair, friction that's helping you stay in your chair, or gravity that's helping you stay in your chair? Tell me the answer if you know it.
Gravity.
Gravity.
Very good. Gravity. Put G. That gravity's pulling you down. Right now, if you're sitting in a chair or laying on your bed, that gravity is pulling you down to stay down. Does anybody know what would happen if we didn't have any gravity to keep us down? Emery?
Ooh.
We'll be flying across the place.
We would be flying all over the place. We'd just be floating, going all over the place. No gravity to hold us down.
Oh, I want to do that. Imagine hot air balloon.
Like a hot air balloon. I was thinking of like a plastic bag in the wind. Okay, let's read number 8. Brooklyn, I believe this is you.
Number 8. You feel this going down a playground slide.
You feel this going down a playground slide. Do you feel magnets going down a playground slide, gravity, or that friction? Emery?
Friction.
Friction. Put an F on that line. Feel that friction. Okay. That's all for today. Does anybody have any questions before we go?
That was quick.
I know, y'all were working so fast. We got through it way faster than I expected. Does anybody have any questions before we go?
What are we gonna have tomorrow for class?
Tomorrow we do not have a class meeting. I'm about to put that on class tag so your parents can know. We will meet again Friday for story time at 9 a.m., okay? All right. Does anybody else have any questions?
Bye, Miss David.
All right. Bye, Brooklyn. Bye, Emery. I'll see you on Friday, okay?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
All right. Bye.
Bye.